one interesting thing I noticed is that my middle child is kind of a hard nut to crack. Like, it's hard to get him tuned in with his body and talking about how he's feeling and that kind of thing. So it was interesting because after a few adjustments, he's sort of like, it's like the nut cracked. And he seems kind of more body aware, which is neat to see, and able to like talk about that a little bit more.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Zach Jaskinia, and this is Cave Chiropractic. Today I'm here with Mrs. Brooke, who we've been seeing in the office for a few weeks now. And I brought her in to talk a little bit about some of the changes that she's seen in herself, her experience here overall. And I'm gonna kick it to her so she can talk a little bit through that process.
Yeah, I was having a lot of neck pain, shoulder pain. I did feel like I was kind of locked forward, curved forward, and like some mobility, turning my head side to side. It was just really sore, so that was kind of what brought me in.
Yeah. Okay, so as we get started, this gives me the opportunity to take a conscious snapshot of Brooke as she's laying on the table. Her right foot's a little short, which typically means that the musculature in the hip is dragging her entire leg up into this direction. Typically it's rocked backwards, shortening all of this musculature. So for Brooke, this hip has rocked posterior in this direction, rocked backwards, which shortens the glute, the hamstring, the calf into the Achilles tendon that attaches to the heel bone. I'm going to set this drop, which helps take some of the force out of an adjustment, makes it a little bit more comfortable, just like that. So after that adjustment, her pelvis has shifted more to the right. It's relaxed some of this musculature, moving all the way up into the neck, and she's not quite as twisted as she was before. So now I'm going to clear a little bit more of the superior capsule of the hip. Goes. Easy adjustment. Opening up a lot more. So every step we take is information to our brain, and if she's not able to internally rotate that left hip as much as she should be able to, it's going to affect her movement patterns as she's walking throughout the day. So as we've noted, Brooke's kind of rounded in the back, and it's causing her to drop her shoulders forward. So this adjustment is called an anterior dorsal. It's going to allow her back to open up a little bit more. She can get into more extension type posture, hopefully relieving some of that upper back and shoulder tension. Alright, Brooke, take a big breath in for me. And all the way out. Good. Cleared beautifully.
That's funny.
Yes. And every inch your head sticks out over your shoulders is an additional 10 pounds of pressure that it puts right here on your spine. So not only with the rounded shoulders moving forward, but then with a little bit of loss in the normal cervical curve, it just puts more and more tension right at the base of the cervical spine and at the tops of the shoulders. So one thing that we do to work with Brooke is to really emphasize extension with the adjustments, getting her head back over her shoulders and into a more comfortable position. Yeah. So what are some of the successes that you've seen in the office since you've been here?
I feel so much more open through my neck, a lot less tension in my shoulders and my upper back. It feels also like there's more mobility through my shoulders.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have a little better knowledge on how to correct when I'm sitting at the computer and things like that too.
Awesome. So one aspect of this is when she has a little bit of rounded shoulders, she has 3 small kiddos at home. She went through breastfeeding with all 3 of them. And that can add to the tension patterns that we put ourselves in because we're constantly kind of hunched over this way. And so kind of one of the things that we've been working on here is how to open her up into a little bit more extension.
Yeah. Brought all 3 of my kids. They're 8, 6, and 3, and just kind of wanted to get them going. You know, there's some various things with them that I've noticed, and they by the second adjustment, they obviously really love it. Like they're ready to jump on the table. One interesting thing I noticed is that my middle child is kind of a hard nut to crack. Like it's hard to get him tuned in with his body and talking about how he's feeling and that kind of thing. So it was interesting because after a few adjustments, he's sort of like, it's like the nut cracked. And he seems kind of more body aware, which is neat to see and able to like talk about that a little bit more. So.
See, that's the amazing part of what we do. It's not just back pain, it's not just neck pain. You can open up the awareness of a 6-year-old child to some of the experiences of the world that he's taking on and make him more comfortable with what he's feeling and help him integrate those processes a little bit more deeply. So, this is an opportunity for you to not only come in with back pain, but we try to set really hardline goals of things to accomplish into the future, things that you want to work on that maybe aren't just musculoskeletal related, and then giving you an action steps to get there. So if you are personally dealing with any issues that are inhibiting some of your hobbies or your loves, or just you feel kind of like you're missing some of your normal ranges of motion, you're not able to move the way that you should, please come and check us out. We're off of Monrovia and Johnson Drive in Shawnee, Kansas, and we would love to serve this community. Please message us below for any information at all. It'll probably be me personally that reaches back out to you, so if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate, and we hope to see you in the office soon.